This lesson is for kindergarten students, and it's a continuation of a lesson on the concept of sorting and categorizing, so I will be using the terms interchangeably. Also in the lesson, I have incorporated a few think, pair, shares, so if you want to pause for a minute or two, you can. And this is the content standard that I've decided to use for this lesson. It has to do with language arts and vocabulary acquisition. And we're going to be sorting some common objects into categories to gain a better sense of the concepts and the vocabulary terms, which are sorting and categorizing. So good morning, everyone. We are going to continue our discussion on sorting and categorizing. And we will be looking at different things and talk about how we can sort them. The first thing we're looking at is this pile of Legos. Now let's imagine that we're building a house and we need a special piece to fit. Now, how could we ever find it in this mess? And what are some ways that we can sort or categorize this pile of Legos? I'd like you to think of some ideas and then share them with your neighbor. Well, we can sort by size or shape. And this helps us to organize the pieces a little bit more and to see what we have. And what are some other ways? We can sort them by color. Is this more helpful in finding a piece that we need for the house that we're building? Possibly. So you see, sorting or categorizing things helps us to better see what we have. Let's look at another example. What do you see here? Coins, money. So what are some ways that we can sort these coins? I'd like you to think about it and then share your ideas with your neighbors. So we can sort or categorize the money by their value or how much they're worth. And why is that important? Well, it makes it easier to see how much money that we have. Well, I have one more example. What are these? Buttons. There are many different colors and shapes. So how could we sort or categorize these buttons? Let's do a think, pair, and share. So think of some ideas and then share them with your neighbor. Now, how are these buttons sorted? By color. So we have a group of black buttons, white buttons, and red buttons. Did anybody else think of another way? How about sorting or categorizing them by their size? Here we have large buttons and we have small buttons. So sorting and categorizing can help us better understand what we have. Now we're going to do some more practice with sorting and categorizing with some items that I brought. So please clear your desks, and we're going to be working in groups for this activity. And I will be walking around the room to see how you're doing with your sorting and answer any questions that you have.